Radiant team ban.
Okay, and welcome back everybody. You're watching the grand final of the Premier League Season 3. This is a best of 5 series and it is game number 3 coming. Empire currently hold a 2-0 lead over Virtus.Pro, who had an 11-minute concede. Now you might be saying GG, PGG, terrible team, sort of bad man and stuff like that, but to be dead honest, there was no way they were coming back from that deficit that they were sitting on. When you have a hero like Night Stalker, who is so timing dependent, like early farm dependent, if he gets behind early on, it's just pretty much he's gone. He's useless. There's no way he's going to be helpful at all after that. And he's sitting on 6 deaths before the first night is even over. He's being out-farmed and out-leveled by all the enemy support heroes. You're wasting everybody's time from there on out. I mean, that was pretty much the thing to do at that point in time. I really don't blame Virtus.Pro for calling that GG. It's not like the 6-minute PGG.
Radiant team.
So do keep that in mind. Anyway, so hero bans here. Empire will be banning out the Nyx Assassin again. We might even see a Templar Assassin get banned in that second as well, or possibly a Nyx against Virtus.Pro. It does get banned fairly frequently against them. Batrider being banned out along with the Ducks, and I was wondering if Virtus.Pro are going to allow the Wisp to walk through again. That's 2 games in a row that they've allowed it through against Empire. First game, the Wisp, they actually handled the Wisp fairly well. First time they played, they handled it pretty well. But in the end, it was Empire actually. It was Empire getting the upper hand once again, and it mostly came down to cocky mistakes there from Virtus.Pro that first match. Otherwise, before those mistakes, they played really well. Second game, yeah, well, I don't think Empire were expecting the dual mid, and it completely shredded. It completely shredded the Night Stalker, and without a hero with a power stun in the mid lane, there was no way. There was no way for them to defend the Night Stalker. If they had something like, say, a Crystal Maiden mid with a slow, a Frostbite, that sort of thing, maybe they could have looked after it. Of course, you've got to keep in mind Crystal Maiden is then an easy target, but something like a Earthshaker hang back and then look after him, that sort of business, they can look after them. But Magnus now. Magnus being picked up first by Virtus.Pro, and immediately we have Empire. Oh dear. Oh dear. Wisp, Keeper of Light, and then most likely a Chaos Knight. If Virtus.Pro don't take the Chaos Knight, I can pretty much guarantee that Empire are going to take it themselves. And that's probably one of the more fearsome offensive tri lanes you can run, is Chaos Knight, Wisp, and Keeper of Light. But keep in mind, your Chaos Knight, you can sub him out. You can put a Sven in there instead. You could put a Tiny in there instead. I mean, hell, if you really feel like, you can even throw in something like a Nyx. It all works. It all works just fine. And this may mean that they may have some trouble getting some room to farm. That said, if they're throwing Undying in as a defense, whether or not they're going to go with the defense try, I mean, they may even just try and do a dual mid themselves. Virtus.Pro could go with that. Haven't seen a Jakiro that often lately. I think he's just sort of fallen out of favour once again since a couple of the nerfs have come through.
5 seconds remaining.
But one last pick here for Empire now. They might just wait until the second banning phase before they decide what they want to go with. But I get the feeling we're going to see some kind of semi-carry to go with Wisp here. I mean, even something like a Templar Assassin works really, really well with Wisp. Anybody who's sort of got that short range and needs a speed boost to getting close and can really benefit from an attack speed as well. And there we go, will be a Nyx.
Dire team ban.
Now this may be somewhat problematic for Virtus.Pro depending how they're planning to lane this. That said, keep in mind Empire
Radiant team
in the second match from the first series they played, Empire ran the Wisp and the Lifestealer together, and it was actually SS playing the Wisp that match, which was interesting, and it didn't go too well in the early game, but they managed to catch up nicely towards the end there. Just because Virtus.Pro made some serious mistakes and Empire capitalized on it heavily. Now, we'll see what Virtus.Pro have in mind there for the last ban. They have also banned the Templar Assassin. Again, don't blame me, because Templar Assassin, Wisp, and Lifestealer are a ridiculous combo together. You do not want that shenanigans. Basically, what they'll do is they'll form a 3-man gang squad. Wisp will latch on to Templar Assassin. Lifestealer will hitch a ride in Templar Assassin, and they'll go and kill lots and lots and lots of people. Anybody they really feel like it. And just comes down to the fact that the extra negative armor makes Lifestealer's damage go through the roof. On top of that, it gives Lifestealer a lot of sudden mobility, the fact that he has a blink hero to work with. And that's one of the things that Empire ended up doing very effectively. I think they were running, I think it was a Queen of Pain, that's right, it was a Queen of Pain. They were using Lifestealer with a Queen of Pain and using it very, very, Scandal playing Queen of Pain and just using her to provide some extra mobility for the Lifestealer with the Infest. But they have decided to ban out the Disruptor. No surprise there, because Disruptor, of course, very good at basically messing with basically messing with the Wisp combo because of obviously teleports in with somebody, and then Knights, and then NS, who would probably be playing the Disruptor, would just send them home. That said, Lifestealer I think can bounce it just because he does have Rage, but it would force him to pop the Rage possibly a little bit earlier than he'd want to. Okay then, so we do have the 4th pick here for Empire. I should also mention the Shadow Demon being banned out there. Of course, Shadow Demon's fairly... If you're trying to run an offensive tri-lane, not only is Shadow Demon nice to run with the Chaos Knight, he's a decent setup there, but the other thing you have to really, really worry about is the fact that basically Shadow Demon is really, really good at dicking with Keeper of the Light if you're trying to run the offensive tri-lane. If every time he goes in to throw out and illuminate, the Shadow Demon runs up to him and then disrupts him. It's pretty damn annoying. Or you can just, if you're trying to hit someone in particular, Shadow Demon, of course, can make them dodge it with the disruption. Now, Puck being picked up by Empire. This is a hero we don't get to see very often, and we may, looks like we're going to be seeing a Scandal. I really hope this is a Scandal Puck. Now, Puck, back in the day, used to be played on the odd occasion as a suicide solo. That was quickly brought to a close as the Chinese started smashing people. I mean, literally, completely and utterly demolishing people in the side lane Pucks with Anti-Mage. Or even actually, it wasn't that the Chinese, it was pretty much everybody. You could just throw and just because of the prevalence of Anti-Mage, Mr. No Fun, he just basically shut Puck down really hard. There was no way for Puck to stand lane. He's 2 mana dependent. A couple of harassing hits there for Anti-Mage. Not only would it do a ton of damage against Puck, he doesn't have that much armor and also quite mana reliant. He would just, he had no escape mechanism left, and he's just very easy to pick off. So we have never really seen a lot of silent Puck up. That said, I would like to see Puck being played mid by Scandal. I have not got to see I've been seeing very little Puck for a long time. Zeus! Zeus! Well, that's a shocker. Alright then. They've decided to pick up the Zeus. Oh, alright. I was looking at that. They've got a lot of squishies there. I can see that working. Zeus, of course, is really good. If you put Zeus in that mid... Well, the question is whether or not he's going to get a mid. I'm just trying to think how they're going to do this. Now, Zeus may be giving... They might actually be hoping to throw Zeus up against the Puck.
10 seconds remaining.
Zeus could handle the Puck, but it depends who the suicide lane is. Zeus, of course, has a ridiculous amount of burst damage that actually somewhat scales towards the late game, and of course you try and tank up against that. You try and get by the heart, that sort of business. Zeus can actually help cut through that really, really quickly, and Clinks will be the final pick here, so it's going to be Funnick playing Clinks. Now this is actually fairly dangerous for Clinks, just because Zeus can slam him. Not only can Zeus reveal him, but at the same time Zeus's spells can absolutely tear Clinks apart. He's really vulnerable to that huge amount of burst DPS. But, if Clinks can get his hands... Oh, it's not going to be a Funnick. It's not going to be a Funnick Clinks. Oh, okay. It's actually going to be a Scandal Clinks. That to me says Scandal is going to be taking the solo mid there with the Clinks. Interesting. Anyway, let's call the players. But yeah, if he gets his early Orchid, that's when Zeus becomes pretty easy food for him. And in this case, we're probably going to see... no, it's not going to be a solo Zeus. NS is playing. It's going to be a support. I don't know where they're going with that. I really don't know where they're going. Anyway, so let's call it the players. So NS playing Zeus, Eamon playing Chaos Knight, KSI on the Enigma, Tamar Wild playing Magnus, and Santa playing the Undying for Virtus.Pro. For Empire on the Dire side, we have Godblack playing Keeper of the Light, SS playing Puck. Oh, okay, it's not Scandal then. Yep, Scandal playing Clinks, Blurry playing Lifesteal, and Funnick on the Wisp again. So it's not going to be SS on the Wisp. They've been sort of trading the Wisp around. It's not just been Funnick playing Wisp. A quick smoke gank though from Virtus.Pro. A ballsy move here. They're throwing curveballs all over the place. And they might actually... Oh, this is perfect for them. They're going to walk straight on top of Godblack, who's probably not paying attention yet. Oh, he is just... Will it be enough, though? They're tethered up. They're only a 1 second down. The tether will give them the speed to get away. A lightning bolt there is not going to be enough. It looked like it was a good setup. Fortunately, for Godblack, Wisp was on hand to get him out of trouble. And it will be Wisp. And it will be Wisp as well as Keeper of the Light trying to back them up. But yes, weird picks all over the place here. This could be a very quick, could be the quickest best of 5 I've ever seen. Quickest best of 5 in Dota 2 history. I don't just mean the quickest GG ever. I mean the entire best of 5 series. Because if Empire win this game, that's it. That's it. It's all over. Empire have taken first place. So hopefully Virtus.Pro have got something really special up their sleeve here. Now it's going to be a dual lane mid. Zeus Going to be taking a dual lane mid here. Going to be back Tamar Watt up against the Clinks. Clinks, that's a fair amount of nuke harassment there. Oh wait, no, Zeus is headed away. Alright then. Zeus is going to the bottom lane here as well. Looks like he's going to try and help out Chaos Knight. I don't really see this working all that well by Puck. They basically what they need is they need another stun to really pin down the Puck, and Zeus really doesn't have that on offer. And low level Bolt is not that effective at harassing. You might be just going for the lightning, maybe he's going for the shock in a second, like he'll be getting arc and then obviously passive shock there. But we'll see what he's got in mind. And Zeus is like, he's really crap at just harassing. There we go with his auto attack. See, level 1 Bolt, it really does not do squat. See, what is it, 100 damage? It's not that much. Like, it's high for a level 1 nuke, but it's still not that much compared to the amount it costs, really. So you have to get that off a couple of times, because pretty much, like, the reason Ice Path is so damn good at low levels is because it offers that 100 damage, and also gives them the stun, so it gives them a couple of auto attacks to slip in there as well. Zeus, on the other hand, really doesn't get that utility. He really does not get that utility here with his lightning bolt. Now, Tame My Wild in mid, this is not really a fair match at all. Clinks is really going to cause them all to havoc. The bottle is coming out though, and now Tame My Wild is going to start the shockwave harass spam, as it looks like the first blood down there in the bottom lane there. Virtus.Pro will actually get the first blood. Somehow, Puck must have overextended there with the orb. I'm not dead sure how they managed to do that there. In all honesty, I don't think Puck should have died to that. There we go, what Scandal picked up here. He's gone for a quick Aquila, has also got some extra regen if he needs it. Probably won't need it all that much. Magnus now probably going to try and get those arcane boots up next. Meanwhile, bottom lane there, SS went toe to toe with them, and Zeus has returned to the mid lane, still level 2. He's picked up his arc, he's picked up his chain lightning now. I know he's gone for the mid, he's going back to the bottom lane. Enigma's still farming away in the jungle here, working towards his soul ring, and this is where SS could be in some trouble if Enigma helps jump him, as it looks like Magnus... How is this happening? That's just... I'm dumbfounded. Like, Clink should not be dying to that. I guess he must have just gotten too aggressive with the Windwalk. He must have just tried... I guess he must have tried to jump Magnus. Gone in, Magnus then skilled him back in, and then just went, you know, I actually got a double damage up my sleeve. But now we've got Santa in some trouble here, going to get harassed heavily, and this is a more likely kill, though it looks like Santa may actually get away here. The zombies causing some trouble. They will pick off the tower there, and they'll all despawn in just a second.
Radiant's top tower.
Scandal headed back out to the mid lane now. Scandal 16 and 6. Magnus down 10 and 2. I am honestly dead shocked that Magnus somehow picked up a kill there on Scandal. That honestly should not have happened. There we go, more lightning bolt. This is where things start to hurt for Puck. When it starts hitting level 2, level 3 for the bolt, this is where it really starts seeing spam on it. There we go. That is going to really start to hurt him. Now Puck does have some regen left. You see the pull happening over here, just going to deny Santa that farm. They're Santa, their usual suicide player, and you don't really all that often see Dirge as a suicide solo, but it does happen on the odd occasion. Now Puck going to try and phase shift, and there we go, they go for the reality rift there as well. Chaos Bolt under the tower here, Puck now in trouble. There we go, the lightning bolt as well.
If you were me.
And now they can actually really start slamming that lightning bolt down at the high damage now. It's really going to start hurting Puck, who does not have that much health. He's also kind of short there on the regen items. Doesn't have anything like the bolt to start throwing it back and forth either. Magnus now in the middle lane. Scandal there, nope. Just focusing on his last. It's 26 and 9. And it's those shockwaves causing trouble. Scandal, without his boots, can't really hope to dodge him just yet. Now Santa moving towards the side shot, picks up his boots in now. There we go, they're looking for a kill. There's the open wounds. They're going to start charging and illuminate right now. They get the tether stun down. Santa dodges away from the illuminate. It's going to buy them some time to harass and bring him down here. And a couple more hits, although Santa has the boots. Can they get one more? Not quite, even with the tether. They fire off a quick illuminate. Just gets him. Keeper of the light with a quick save there. A very, very short illumination charge will do the damage that they need.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There we go, SS. She's copying a lot of damage now from the auto attack. Now that Counter has that damage up and running. He just gets a couple of good hits in here.
Radiant's top tower
If you
is
see,
under
like, you look at the
attack.
damage where he can actually land 100 damage hits at this point in time for Puck. So yeah, very little armor and not that much health. A couple of, like, 2-3 hits is pretty much a good third of his health. And there we go, Scandal taking some hits there. The Shockwave once again causing trouble for him. Chaos Knight low on health, but I don't think Puck can really afford to try and jump in on him there. The Waning Rift at level 1 is kind of bad. He does need to pick up a few levels, and that's Puck really won't hit his stride until about level 8 or so. Once he gets start getting a couple extra levels there in Waning Rift, now he's going to jump in here and he's going to snag that regen that immediately gets hit from the high ground. KSI was waiting for that. The ult gets popped down by Tamar Wild. He manages to jack the regen room, but it was definitely not worth it. If he didn't get another kill, and this is mostly not only it's losing gold, but it's wasting time and putting behind in experience. And like I said, Puck very level dependent. Really needs to get those levels up because right now Waning Rift is terrible. He needs to get he's got too many good skills he needs to get. He's got to level up Illusory Orb. He's got to get Waning Rift up. Then he really wants to get Phase Shift up to make it more efficient. And of course, he's still got to get Dream Core. Very greedy in terms of experience. Meanwhile, though, Klink's putting some pressure on the mid tower. As Tay Magnus has also picked up his Arcane Boots and is also shuttling the Courier back there with his bottle as well. More top lane. Actually, Puck now into trouble in the bottom lane. Get a Phase Shift there. 4 seconds to Puck is that's lights out for Puck. No way he was going to survive that. Level 3 Bolt now, along with a 4-second Chaos Bolt. Not a chance. Not a chance at all. No open wounds there on Sand. It looks like they took another run at him. It looks like he's going to harass there with the orbs if he can. Going to happen though. They are just going to try and get rid of the zombie tower. Won't manage to kill that. It'll just despawn naturally. There are more decays being tossed down there on Lifestealer. And where did Klinks? How is Klinks farming right now? Klinks is doing fairly well. 44 and 11. Obviously the early death was a bit unnecessary and somewhat embarrassing, but that said, got to keep in mind that Blow Your Brain, even though Chaos Knight's getting some good farm here, Blow Your Brain is also getting his own farm happening up the top lane, for own free farm happening up there fairly well, and he's also gone for the quick Midas, which is really going to help boost his gold per minute. We've switched over to gold per minute there. It's 40. Actually, oddly enough, oh well, I suppose the first blood, the couple of hero kills here is really what's swung Chaos in Chaos Knight's favour at the moment. That's going to slowly pan down if he doesn't keep racking up those kills. I see a haste rune on Magnus. He's going to try and make a run on anybody. Not just yet. And Klinks has his first Oblivion Staff finished up. Meanwhile, 3 Radiant heroes top. Looks like they're going to try and set up a kill here. Annis is here along with KSI. Black Hole is ready. They're probably going to try and bait them. He's probably waiting for Santa to bait them in. Santa now throws down the tombstone, hoping they're going to come and fight. They can't wait too long. Soul Rip there to heal him up. And there we go. Black Hole thrown down there. Blow Your Brain now on some serious trouble. They're hoping to get more. Tether being used by Wisp. Wisp teleporting out. Was hoping to get a save there. But I think they may just decide to hang around and kill Wisp in a second. There's the ult there from Tamar Wild. Skewering him back towards where Wisp is going to be. Brings him back in. Now they're waiting for a third kill. Oh, Empire. They're going to get taken out here. Tether away there from Wisp. But it's not going to be up. If he'd waited a few seconds, might have been able to get away to those creep. But he made a decision and in the end did not work out. A good attempt for the save on Wisp, but in the end, it just gives them an extra kill. And sort of a domino effect there. And Virtus.Pro picking up a much needed series of kills there. That's it. Empire could also do with their own series. Empire could also really do with getting some footing here. That was a much needed kill though on the Nags. They do want to keep him under control. Report to the mid lane. Chaos not going to fund the mid lane. In fact, he might even take a run there on Scandal, do some damage. Now Scandal
Dire structures are fortified.
Gonna get closer and closer there to that Oblivion stuff. There we go. 3 seconds done there. Zeus gonna ult in. Goes throws down the lightning bolt. A quick burst there on Klinks. Now, keep in mind that Zeus being on the Radiant side, he was picked before the Klinks. It was not a counter to Klinks or anything. Klinks was actually picked after the Zeus. Zeus was not the last pick of the match. Before anybody says, you know, Zeus next meta, you know, next level meta against the Klinks, no. Klinks was picked after the Zeus there. But that said, Zeus, of course, it's his selling point is he has huge burst nuke. damage there, as it looks like, what have we got up the top there? Open wounds again on Santa. Oh man, not a chance to get away. Those level 4 orbs do so much damage. If you can land them all on the one hero, it's pretty much a finger of death there. And Tame My Wild, we're just going to have to settle with some... he's going to have to settle for some shockwave harassment. Not really a lot he can do about bringing down the Clinks on his own. Yeah, that one not actually landing there on Clinks. Meanwhile though, bottom lane, can they bring him down? Yes, they managed to pick off both Zeus as well as poor old Chaos Knight. That's definitely a kill Empire needed badly. Now SS has picked up Dream Call, maxing out Waning Rift second as well. Now we've got to keep in mind that Magnus is here, so this is gonna give. We've got to keep in mind that both sort of strength carriers here are going to have some kind of steroid buff from another hero. In this case, we're going to have Wisp overcharge here for Nax, which could give him a lot of attack speed. And in this case, he may actually decide to go for a basher after his armlet. We'll see in a moment. On the other hand, Magnus is going to give Chaos Knight a lot of raw damage as we see Puck phase shift and then Ethereal jaunt away. Although that said, he's not too impressed. Reality Rift, the vision being given from a Zeus ult. Very nicely done there from Zeus, and allows him to pick off the Puck with a Reality Rift after that. Very well played there by Zeus. Nice coordination, although it looks like an armlet has been picked up there by Lifestealer. Was something else? Yep. Armlet being picked up there by Lifestealer. He's already got that. I get the feeling we're possibly going to see. It's either going to be a Desolator. It's either going to be a Desolator, or it could be a Basher if he feels particularly nasty. Of course, I think the Basher would probably be after the Desolator, if it's going to happen. As you see a skewer there on Godlike, along with a reverse polarity. It looks like Godlike though has got the haste rune, so he will be able to speed away. No real issues there. Godlike going to the bottom lane now as well. 1100 gold in the bank there. Just getting close to being able to finish up most of his... close to being able to finish up most of those parts for the mech in a second. Scandal's got Death Pact. Yes, he does have Death Pact. So he's got a fair amount of health for that. Now a smoke gank here from SS. He's hoping to get close enough, I think, to just to Dream Call them. See Tame My Wild though has a Blink Dagger. Oh, this is scary. The amount of skewering he can do here is very... oh, it's only a level 1 skewer still. No, it's level 4 skewer, so I'm looking at Empower. And now here we go. They've popped the ult there for popped the rage there for Lifesteal. Puck throws out the Waning Rift. Not going to happen though. No room there really to throw out a good Dream Call. Illuminate comes through. Not going to hit anything at all. Just throwing it uphill, hopefully. There you go. Illusory Orb along with Illuminate coming in. Oh my god, does that do damage or what? Puck now getting harassed there by the Shockwave. Meanwhile, in the jungle, possible conflict here as it looks like Blowbrain needs back off there. Clink's also finishing up his second Orchid. This will be trouble. Once he gets this Orchid, Zeus and Enigma are in so much... once he gets his Orchid, Zeus and Enigma are in so much trouble because they are basically free food. And they will need to get their Ghost Scepters fairly... they will need to get their Ghost Scepters after that, just because otherwise Clinks is just going to eat them alive. And not only is it going to be good against Clinks, but it's also going to be really, really good against Nakes as well, just for trolling him. Whenever he tries to focus one of them, they can just pop it and get out of trouble. Same for if you're being focused down by the Chaos Knight. Having that Ghost Scepter is always really, really useful. Now Wisp is skulking about here, waiting for an opportunity to try and tether in there and cause some trouble. So we see the teleport there on Scandal, just bring him to the fray there. They're going to throw the tether down. I don't know if they're going to find a target. Yes, they are. Dirge now, popping his ult there, but doing a lot of damage. He gets picked off there, as it looks like Enigma changed his mind, decides not to go in. Meanwhile, Chaos Knight going to try and pick up Godlike. Godlike in a lot of trouble there. Don't change his mind. Yes, he will get him. Picks him off there. Meanwhile, do we see what happened to Enigma? Enigma actually got pounded by Scandal. Scandal actually orchided him and took him out. And now we've got Wiz teleporting down to the fray. Once again, he's bringing Nakes to the target. They've thrown down yet another silence there on Ammon. Ammon, though, coming out of silence right now, is going to get slowed down by open wounds. This is exactly what Empire wants. Can they take all 5 of them? Yes, they can. And fairly easy series of kills for him there. Actually, no, they only got 4. Zeus didn't actually end up dying during that. In fact, Zeus didn't end up popping his ult through that either. Although, to be fair, they didn't really have really have much of a hope during that fight of winning it. They could split up. Key Hero's got silenced and taken out very, very quickly. Scandal going to build his treads this second most likely. There we go, there's that Orca once again. This is exactly what I mean now. Zeus tries to heal himself up there with the magic wand. It should be enough to keep him alive. Reverse polarity there. Zeus pops his old black hole, throw it in for good measure as well. Lots of big ults. Shockwave comes through as well. Skewers him back under the tower. Very nicely played by Tame My Wild. Another reality rip there. It looks like the infest there from Nake's trying to keep himself alive. 2-second cowl spot there. A soul rip as well to heal up KSI. Zombies all over the show. A reality rip doesn't strike. Illuminate coming through. Maximum charge is going to hit anybody. No, it's not. Going to be used. It's going to miss harmlessly there as Funnick heals up his teammates there with an Urn of Shadows charge. 16-minute rune has spawned bottom. Meanwhile, bottom lane, SS by himself there. Going to pop the illusion orb. Also going to Ethereal Jaunt away as well. KSI just comes in and dumps a ward there as well. I think I hear a port to bottom lane. There we go. Puck instant. Puck throwing to the Drinkall. Drinkall snap though. Will manage to clean up Magnus, who goes in too deep there with his charge. Ends up breaking the tether. Puck now still trying to get away. Pops the illusory orb. Ethereal Jaunt over the top. Messes it up. This is bad. There's a stun. 4 seconds. No chance at all. Didn't go to the creeps either.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Godlike just going to chakra himself here. There's a teleport coming in. Who are they going for? Oh, okay, they're going to go for the quick Roshan, which Eamon can probably tank, or Blow Brain can actually tank for them for a bit.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
See, Chaos Knight though has picked up
Roshan has
picked up an Ogre Club, likely going for that BKB. Now VP need to be careful they don't overextend too early on before these BKBs are done, because it will help them deal with Puck quite well. In fact, the Puck's Dream Call, and it's mostly his Waning Rift as well, is fairly annoying. Once he jumps in on top of you and gets that down. Puck though, his next item probably going to be a Blink Dagger.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's nice. Finished up his drum. So anybody else working on a secondary pair of drums? Undying has picked up. Has picked up Arcane Boots there. Got like looking for a target to harass. Not going to find anything though. See KSI though, still he's picked up an early mech there. 18 to me, it's not exactly early, but it's not too bad either. And I hear Wisp is teleporting out. Looks like he's going to try and set up a kill here. They're going after the bottom lane here. Virtus.Pro in some trouble. Going to try and teleport out. Looks like he should be able to escape there. Yeah, the blinding light not going to disrupt that channel there, and they will manage to get away. Nice attempt there from Empire. At the very least, it's going to give Nake some farm down here as well. Meanwhile, Zeus just going to do some warding. Has picked up a Staff of Wisdom. We'll see whether or not it turns into a 4-star for Necronomicon or a Necro, or it could also be a Yule's. Yule's also really good patrolling the absolute crap out of Nakes. I just waiting to see Magnus do a big blink. Blink skewers somebody out of the fight here. Could set something up for his teammates. If Nakes comes down here to farm, of course he could skewer all the way across the cliff. Nakes, there we go. He went for a Desolator first. He didn't need to go for that Desolator first. We'll see what he decides to grab up next, whether or not he decides to go with a Basher, or if he decides to get a defensive item. He might have picked up something with some... He's already getting a fair amount of attack speed there from the Nakes. He might decide... Nake's already getting a fair amount of attack speed there from the Wisp. Might decide against it, in fact. Just being picked up by Enigma as well. See a 7.5k advantage to the Dire there. Zeus going to pop his ult. Meanwhile on the bottom lane, they have picked up Dirge there, but however, it looks like Wisp is in some trouble. There we go, going to charge forwards there, and he will be taken out very, very quickly. See a big Illuminate there on KSI. There's the Ethereal Orb as well. Ethereal drawn into position, using the Waning Rift to clean him up on top of that. Nakes are looking for a tier 2 tower if they can find it. It's going to put some pressure on, but that's their Puck. Speaking of putting pressure, Puck is actually going to tank it quite heavily. It's doing the majority of that damage there, but going to take that as well. They're possibly looking for the tier 2 mid in a second as well. Zeus playing full. I mean, you might say Zeus is really kind of shine on until he's playing hardcore support, and I think he's only died twice. Uh-oh, that's not good for Golbat. Golbat getting picked up by 3 seconds now. They get harassed very heavily. Meanwhile, Shockwave gets tossed in there into the trees. We're going to lose the Dirge straight away. Almost now. The ult gets popped out by Zeus. Looks like it's still got like chase, Ammon rather, chase there. 4 seconds down there on Scandal. Scandal down trouble. Uses Phantasm. They're going to cut through his health very rapidly. And he will get cleaned up there as well. And now it looks like they're going to go throw down the black hole. It's on Blow Your Brain there. They're hoping someone's going to revive in there. It's going to be Scandal reviving inside that black hole as well. And now they're going to throw down the Dream Coil as well. One more, couple more hits there, and down goes Cowstar. They go for the good save there with... the Shockwave. Not going to happen though. Now Tamo Wild trying to juke back the trees. Gets kind of stuck on the creep there. Gets cleaned up though by an Illusory Orb.
I gave up immortality.
That's just really not too fair. I mean, Zeus at this point in time, until he gets his go... I feel like this should have been a Ghost Scepter. Should have been put towards the Ghost Scepter. And I think he's really regretting not getting it now. In fact, wherever Zeus turns up, Wisp and Lifesteal are like, free kill, let's go and get that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
There we go, bottom racks also getting taken out here. The 23-minute mark, not as fast as last game. In fact, this lasted twice as long. However, that said, Empire doing extremely well this match. We'll just bring out the gold chart here in a second as well. A 14k lead for Empire at the moment versus a 14k experience lead as well for Empire. Bring the item chart on top of that, and we see pretty much it's Blow Your Brain, just farming, really getting ahead. And Virtus.Pro, I mean, he had a good start. However, he's folded a little bit. Has got the BKB though at the very least. Bring up the net worth there. You can see Nakes, of course, he picked up that fairly early armlet, and you can see how it's pretty much doubled his net worth. Also should mention that he's been wasting very little time for farming. Whenever things get sort of pushed out or get fairly rough, he goes and finds Wisp and they just go and gang together.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
And there we go, jumps out with the Infest there. BKB getting popped by Cow, so they pretty much instantly give Zeus before he can do a whole lot except down goes the Dirge as well. They pick off the zombie tower as well. However, it looks like they're going to keep giving chase here as they lose Magnus on top of that. Magnus not having a chance to reverse polarity either. Black Hole's already down for Enigma. He can't really do a whole lot to help out. In fact, he does get clean. No, he doesn't get cleaned up. Where is he? He managed to teleport to home just barely. Scandal going to push in on the mid lane there. They should be able to manage to take down this tier 2 mid tower very easily.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And Zeus needs a little bit more experience for level 2. Once he gets that, then it'll sort of hit a little bit harder. But right now it's a little bit too late, too little too late. We have Mech on Keep He's also bulked up a little bit with the Vitality booster. Just kind of waiting to see Oh wow, that's an Orchid there on the live side. I didn't see that one getting put together, but there we go. It's an Orchid. He's working on the mid racks here as well. Should be able to bust that down. We need Chaos Knight. They need Chaos Knight to fight. They don't have Black Hole for 5-6. They make Black Hole have, maybe they can win a fight for a change, which might help reverse their fortunes a little bit. But they really need to land a big Black Hole and a big reverse polarity to set things up. There we go, the open wounds there. It just does not even care. 4, 5 hits. There we go. 5 hits. Blythestealer blows away the Magnus. Doesn't have a chance to hold on. 4-second stun thrown in there as well as we throw down the ultimate there from Zeus. It's really not doing a whole lot. Zeus is down and out for the count on top of that. And now they're going to take out SS if they're lucky. Although there's a Reality Rift actually putting Funnick on the low ground while putting Ambit on the high ground there. As it looks like they're also going to take and keep it alive. And now it looks like Scandal on the run here. Finally backing up, but the issue is, of course, Blow Your Brain is still fighting. Meanwhile, it looks like KSI into trouble. GG, well played, 26 minutes in. And, well, let's be honest. It's a 20k gold deficit at this point in time. Virtus.Pro just sadly outclassed. On tilt and outclassed. But Empire, of course, let's be fair, Empire are probably one of the toughest teams in Europe to beat right now. They are definitely a force to be reckoned with, especially when you give them Wisp. It is really, really hard to beat their Wisp. And congratulations to them, they have managed to secure first place in the Premier League Season 3. They walk away with $3,000. Of course, Virtus.Pro, they may have lost this best of 5 series, however, they do have $2,000 to show for it. So, you know, second place, not all that bad. Virtus.Pro, sad face. Oh well, we can't always be winners. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the Premier League. Now, I will just quickly say this. Please support the Premier League. If you want to see a Season 4, make sure you support us on Facebook here. We do have a Facebook page. Make sure you can find it. You can find it on our website, thepremierleague.eu. Left-hand bar, like us on Facebook, and also just go to the Facebook page, follow it there. It really, you do not know how much it helps out. Every single person who follows it is a force driving the esports world around and around and around. So make sure you do that. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed the Premier League. I enjoyed casting it. I love the teams. They've been a lot of fun to cast for as well. But otherwise, I guess we'll see you all in Season 4.